All right, welcome everybody. My name is Joy Harrington. I live in Denver, Colorado, where currently it's blizzarding, but we're loving it. And I've been coaching, it'll be 3 years actually in April, which is crazy to me because it's just like flown by. But I had never done Beachbody or tried any of the programs before I jumped in all the way. So my story is a little bit rare in the fact that I jumped in with both feet into everything. My baby was 1 and my oldest was almost 3. And I was looking to get back in shape after my second baby, which is very different than baby number 1. And I was killing myself at the gym, not getting the results that I wanted. And I saw all these people getting amazing results at home. And I had scoffed at home workout programs for years. I didn't think that they worked, but I kept seeing all these people doing Beachbody, getting awesome transformations, and then building amazing income. And I was like, what? If they can do that, I for sure can. And so I decided to look into it. It was one of those things where I fought it for a while because I definitely wanted to be a blogger. I was like, I'm not one of those people. I don't want to be in an MLM. I don't want to spam people, all this stuff. But finally, I got frustrated enough that I wasn't producing anything at home when I knew that I could. Like I knew inside me, I was like, I know I can build income at home with these kids. If like these bloggers can, why can't I? So I finally had to look into it. And I decided, you know what? I'll give it 30 days. I will jump in. I'll see if it gets me in shape. I'll see if I like the shake. I'll see if I can make it a business. And I got my stuff. And within the first 30 days, I got abs for the first time in my life. I started to feel amazing. My energy went up, my skin cleared up, a whole bunch of things that I was not even expecting. And I got people to join me, like sign up with me. I made my investment back and I was just like, wow, this is legit. And I just fell in love because I felt more purposeful, more alive, like I had something for me outside of being a wife and a mom that I could do. And I loved that aspect of it. So I've been running hard ever since. I met Ashley about a year into the business, year and a half into the business. I'm trying to even remember. And then we teamed up a while ago and we run a team together now. And we have a lot of fun with it. Our team name is Grit and Grace Tribe. And that's what we are. We're ladies that know how to hustle, but we also have heart. So that's a little bit about my story.
Yeah, we had 2 years ago, so it would have been about your 1-year coach anniversary. I'm Ashley Gibson. I live in Arizona right now. Before that, we were in South Carolina, and I started coaching when we were living in Michigan. So as a military spouse, we move a lot, and I love that this business is portable. I guess part of my story that I don't talk about too much is that I found out about coaching probably 2 years before I ever signed up. There were quite a few people in my small little town that were doing it. I liked them. A girlfriend that I had known well in college was growing a successful business. But I was finishing my bachelor's and I came from, I eloped with my husband from what I would consider kind of a snooty private college. And so in my mind, this kind of business was not something for, it wasn't legitimate in my mind at the time. I was finishing my degree. I wanted to have a fancy job like all my friends were getting. And doing an at-home business just didn't seem like the way I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So again, that was like my very limited mindset about it and thinking that I was going to find something better out there after my kids were older. But when I had my kids, I knew that I didn't want to go to a 9-to-5 ever. Most of my friends who were coaching were also like highly educated women. They were physical therapists. They were gym owners. They had their degree in exercise science, and then they had left those full-time positions to do this. And when I kind of dived into the opportunity, I realized that it is the most fun you can have and a really legitimate way to be an entrepreneur and build your own thing from home, but on your terms. So that was a lot of fun. When I started, we had 1 car, 1 income, 2 very little kids. And it was just not the life that I wanted to live, not having the money to drive 4 hours to visit my parents and fill up our SUV. So I really dove in full force, and I was excited to do it. And we've built a really amazing team and a great income. And in the 6 years that I've been coaching, my one regret is just having watched everyone for 2 years before I decided to join. Because I think if I would have started this when I first heard about it, how much further ahead would I be now? So the cool thing about our team, the Grit and Grace Tribe, is that we're a part of a larger team that is a 7-time elite team. And what that means is that basically the leadership on our team, well, here's a great example. When our company decided to develop a coach mentorship program, they came to the leadership on our team to help do that, because they saw how successful we already were and how well we were training people, even people with no experience. Like, I had no experience in a job like this. Never. I didn't ever see myself doing this. But they saw how well we were getting coaches started right, and then how successful coaches were becoming quickly. So our corporate came to the leadership of our team to help develop this training program that is now used company-wide for 400,000 plus coaches. So I think that's pretty cool, and I think it speaks to a lot to who we are as a team, and why it does matter in the end, kind of who you decide to join. And it's a great fit when you have a team that teaches people well. So that's a little bit about me. This call is supposed to be a casual place to kind of share more about the business and go over some common questions, and of course to take your questions. So as you listen, if you think of something that we don't cover, feel free to unmute or drop it in the chat. And if nothing else, we'll just get rolling. So, Joy, I'm going to let you talk about it, because I had voice memoed her before this call, and I was like, we need to talk about being a social media or a mommy influencer and how that applies to coaching. And then she's like, did you see my post this morning? I just talked about that. So great minds think alike. This is why we're partners. And Joy, can you kind of compare, I guess, coaching with Team Beachbody to what, to be a social media influencer, and what that looks like?
Yeah. Well, when I signed up for coaching, I told my coach, I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm not going to be like a walking Beachbody billboard. I'm not going to spam all my friends and put up links and all of this. And I don't want to be that person. And she was like, so don't. It's your business, run it how you want to. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, we don't want you to be like a billboard and all of that. And I was like, okay. So that really got me thinking just about, okay, how was I going to do this? Because I did want my business to be online. I wanted it to be able to go wherever I went. I didn't want to have to leave and go do everything in person. And what I found in 2.5 years of coaching now is that the more you just lead with your story and who you are, and give people what we call value. And in my mind, that's different tips and tricks you have, whether it comes to parenting or fashion or decorating or cooking or whatever your thing is, because we all have things, right? So whatever your thing is that you know some about, when you start to just share those tips with people on a regular basis, that's basically being an influencer. And that's how you grow rapport and trust with people. Because when you think about it, these bloggers on social media that make a lot of money sharing their favorite things, that's all they're doing, right? They're sharing their favorite tips, their favorite tricks about things that they know that are their thing. And it's not everything. You don't be everything to everybody, right? You're very specific in what your thing is. And when you can establish yourself as kind of an expert, and that doesn't mean saying you know it all, that's just saying, I do know some about this that I would like to share because it's fun for me. Then people trust you more and look to you as an influencer. And then they're going to trust you with this side of things as well, because then you can say, and also I've had great results getting in shape, and this shake has changed my health. And then they're going to trust you with that as well, because you've already given them things for free that they've gone out and tried and realized, hey, she knows what she's talking about. So actually, I think it's really vital to a successful business to be leading with that, with what you can share with people for free, how you can help their life, as opposed to, hey, come buy this product from me and Beachbody, Beachbody, Beachbody. So we really encourage people to lead with their story be real, be vulnerable, in whatever way that you can. Obviously, you want to be safe and you don't want to put people at risk, but in whatever way that you can. And then that's what's being an influencer, really.
Yeah. When I think of like a social media influencer or someone on Instagram or just people that I like to follow, they're not necessarily like, they're an expert at being themselves. And that's what I like, why I like them. Several of the women that I invited to this call that I'll pass recording onto, I followed for a long time because I liked them. They were sharing about, I mean, their DIY projects and homeschooling their kids and just things that were interesting. And I was like, well, you know, she's pretty cool and she's sharing about her everyday life. And so then when someone like that has built trust with you says, you know, by the way, I'm also doing this 20-minute workout program that lets me get it done before I have to get the kids to school, I want to hear more about that because I trust them and I can see that they're showing, you know, every part of their life. And that does look different for different accounts. So I follow, you know, there's some people on social media who are very polished and all their pictures have the same filter and the same color in it and it's really pretty and it looks really professional. And then there are some people that I follow that I just think are funny because they're constantly just being their real life and it doesn't look professional like at all. So we'll kind of show you some different examples of coaches just to get an idea. But
the point is not to be like anybody else. The point is to be yourself and to let people see like the quirky side of you and maybe the side of you that you're afraid to let people see, because that's honestly what will draw your tribe.
Yeah. So as a coach, we're just living our everyday lives, but we're incorporating this lifestyle of health and wellness. And of course, our fitness platform, Beachbody On Demand, that houses amazing digital workouts that people get amazing results. Nikita's on this call. Dina's finishing 80-Day Obsession. Joy, myself, we've all done programs that you can actually show before and after. Hey, this works, and this is going to work for you at home as a busy mom, you know, while you're wearing all these other hats in life. And by the way, you don't have to go to the gym for 2 hours anymore. So people love hearing that. And we're able to suggest what's working for us and what we love. And if you think about it, that's all anybody on social media does anyway, whether they're talking about this is my best potty training tip or like I freaking love these running shoes, like this is the brand you should go get. Everyone is always talking about what they love, and that's really all coaching is sharing what is working well for you and inviting people to kind of step into that world. We had a good question. Our iPhone user, I wish I knew your name. So are we trying to sell supplements? Joy, do you want to talk about that?
I would say no. Like I would say, and if that's the view that you go into it, you're not going to be successful. You can't go into this thinking that you're out here to try to sell your friends and family on something. I would say what you're selling is a lifestyle. I would say what you're selling is a result. What you're selling is how people will feel when they do these workout programs and work on their health consistently. So what we mean by that is you are a product, you are the brand, you show them what this does for you, and you invite them to join your journey, and that's it. Because we are here to serve people. We're here to actually help them get results. We're not just here to make a sale. And so I go into it as I have relationships with people that I build in a genuine way. I show them what it's done for me. I invite them to try it, but I'm not here to specifically sell them a supplement. And if anything, I definitely want to get to know them and where they're at. So I would even know the best thing to recommend, because again, we're not just trying to get people to just buy something from us and then good luck. Like I'm actually here to try to help you get the best results for yourself. And influencers are always honest about what they think works the best. And if I'm going to be honest about that, then I'm going to get to know them and figure out what's the best fit for them.
Yeah, definitely. And you really, so I have a lot of friends who have social media accounts. They're super into fitness, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram. They're really into fitness. They want to share their tips. They want to share their lifestyle. They've been doing that, but then they get into this rut. And this is where I was too, because I had already lost weight when I started coaching, and I was like already into wellness. But you get into this rut of people coming to you for advice, and really we're not trying to be the expert. What I love about coaching is you get to partner, you get to take your personality and you get to partner with $1 billion company that already has a reputable brand in 3 different countries, right? So like all the advertising is done for you. People know about it. And then you get to use their resources, their experts who have created the fitness plans, the meal plans, their registered dietitians who have created the nutrition programs. And you get to make suggestions, and you get to like use those science-based, already developed programs and supplements and fitness plans, and incorporate them into what you're doing in your daily life, and then suggest that to friends. So you don't have to necessarily come up with everything. If I had to write a meal plan for everyone, or like teach them how to do something at home with my own video, that would be tedious and time consuming, and it wouldn't really generate much income. See a lot of people like trying to build their own thing on their own, and that takes a lot longer, and it doesn't allow you to pay yourself nearly as quickly as partnering with a company that's already well known in the health and fitness space and already has a business model that you just step into rather than create yourself from the ground up.
Yep.
So let's move into, how do we get paid as coaches? How do coaches get paid? Like, how do you even make money in this business?
You get paid a couple of ways. The first way is obviously we get a commission off of any sale that's made. So people buy the products and programs from us, and we get paid 25% off of every sale. There's always like some fast start bonuses and things depending on how people sign up. But generally speaking, it's 25% off of every sale. And then when you're building a team, that's where your residual income kicks in, which is a really cool thing. If you don't know what residual income is, my husband and I are very passionate about it. We have several businesses that are all based with residual income. Just basically means you're getting a paycheck off of work that you're not necessarily doing anymore. You have done work to build up this paycheck, and then now you can just kind of maintain, and you get paid regardless. So we can take vacation, we can do whatever, and we're still getting our paycheck, which I love. It's more about getting paid based on the value you're providing or you have provided versus hours you're putting in. Ashley, do you want to talk about the team residual income and the team cycle bonus?
Yeah, I mean, so 25% commission, like Joyce said, is great because you just start out with that automatically. And in a lot of other business models like this, you have to work up to like earning your full 25%. Beachbody does not do that. Every coach gets paid that from the get-go, so that's really great. You do get a team cycle bonus, which you can think of as a mentorship bonus. And this is what I really like sharing with women who are interested in joining the team, is that there is zero incentive for Joy or Nikita or Dina or anyone on our team to just enroll coaches for this, like the sake of a warm body. We don't get paid any sort of mentorship bonus or team cycle bonus just for sponsoring a coach. In fact, when a customer becomes a coach, we're no longer allowed to make commission off their orders. And that's actually great for people who are skeptical of a business like this, because it kind of takes away that icky feeling of it being a pyramid scheme. Now, if we're no longer able to make commission off your orders, truly our whole incentive for growing a team is to help you build a business. And when we're able to start helping our teammates like Nikita, Dina, build their own incomes, then Beachbody says, hey, you're doing a great job mentoring that person. Here's a little bonus. It doesn't take anything away from their check or what they're doing. They're getting paid, and you get a little bonus on top of that just for basically being a good teacher. And I think that's really cool, because you want to be with a company that rewards people for working well and working with people who want to run hard with their goals. What's really great, a lot of people think you have to carry inventory. I was talking to a girl who had to buy a bunch of product in Mary Kay every month and then sell it out of her home. We don't have to store any of our own inventory. We're not responsible for any shipping. We don't have any like minimum sales requirements. So we don't have to purchase or sell any X amount of dollar amount per month as coaches, which is really great because that's also kind of protection from that old school like pyramid scheme idea. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question. But if you don't feel like, I think I'm frozen. Joy?
No, you're fine.
Okay, my screen is frozen. Okay, do you have to be a fitness expert? And what if you're not very social media savvy?
It looks like Nikita wants to answer this one. I would say no. That's a common myth, again, that you have to be a fitness expert. Again, we are not the one making the program or the nutrition plans or anything like this. We are just using it ourselves and inviting other people to use it with us. And you're just going, and they're going with you. And then what was the other one? Oh, social media. Confidently that you can start in this business and be successful with where you learn, and to be coachable. And because we obviously know a little bit about what we're doing after a couple of years of doing this, so we can tell you exactly how to do this. So as long as you're willing to learn and be coachable, you can be successful from the get-go with where you're at. You don't have to all of a sudden know all of these things. I didn't when I started. And I had people joining me my first month because I did what my coach told me to.
Well, my boys started their own little YouTube channel, and this morning they're like, oh my gosh, this video has 200 views. And then, people liked this one because it's like 16. And I was thinking back, I told them, I was like, you know what, when you start anything, you're not going to be great at it. Like when I started coaching, I think I had 200 friends, and my social media was, when I see what's in my memories of what I was posting 6 years ago, I'm automatically embarrassed for myself. So I didn't start from a place of like, oh my gosh, I have all these followers and I know what to do with filters and I know how to take great pictures and I'm great at videoing myself. Like nobody starts that way. Most of us don't. So if you're on the call or you're listening later and you're already pretty savvy, then you're 2 steps ahead. If you're not, you'll learn and everything will be fine. Like I'm embarrassed about my old posts, but I'm still super successful today. So it's really a level playing field. Okay, so let's talk about what's involved with joining. So I keep freezing on my end. I'm really afraid my screen's going to shut
You're
down.
not.
What's happening with my... Okay, so Joy, if I want to get started as a new coach on your team, what does that look like?
Well, the great news is you enroll the exact same way a client does. There's no extra cost. There's no extra fee. There's no jumping through hoops, nothing like that. So you sign up with your stuff the same exact way a client signs up. And what that looks like is, there's different packages, but your basic package is Beachbody On Demand, because that's how you get the workouts. When I started, they were still doing DVDs. Thank God they're not anymore. Beachbody On Demand is basically like Netflix for fitness. They have over 700 workouts on there. They have multiple nutrition plans. They even have a cooking show, tons of recipes. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. You can stream it from anywhere. You can stream it on a smart TV, on your phone, wherever. So whenever I travel, I can have it. And instead of paying for it monthly, you pay for it once and then you have it for the whole year. And it's cheaper than Netflix, which I tell everyone there's literally no excuse. So you get that, and then you get your first 30 days of product, and that's it. That's all you have to get. You don't have to get anything extra. You don't have to get like this whole huge mega bundle thing. You get your first 30 days of product and your Beachbody On Demand. The basic package is around $160. And again, that's your whole year of Beachbody On Demand and your first 30 days of product. There's no coach signing fee, nothing like that. And then every month after that, you do not have to buy anything as a coach, which is something that I was worried about when I started. There's no monthly minimum as far as what you buy. There's no monthly minimum as far as what you sell. Like literally, you don't have to sell a thing. You don't have to buy a thing. There's no repercussion. They have reward systems in place for if you do help people get started and have people sign up with you, but there's no negative repercussions if you don't. There's
a lot of reward systems.
Yeah.
Zero penalty systems. That's what's nice.
Yeah. Lots of rewards, zero penalties. After that, every month after that, you pay $15 to have a coach account, and that is your entire business overhead. So that is customer service for all of your customers. That's the shipping of the product and handling of all of it. So it's pretty laughable when you think about it. You get a business in a box for $15 a month, but that's it. So
And
pretty
that
straightforward.
$15 is actually waived if you're a military spouse. Like Dina and I are married to
Yeah.
someone in the Marine Corps. So if you're married to someone in the service, or you are in the service, or you're a veteran, you don't even pay that $15 a month. So you coach for free. And if you decide it's not for you, again, there's no penalty system involved.
You can cancel at any time. You're not like signing a commitment for a certain length of time or whatever. You can cancel it, and you have up to 30 days to return your purchase and get a full refund. You can even send back an empty bag of Shakeology. They will give you a full refund. So I tell everyone, literally, there's no risk. You can try it and be like, I hated it, and get your money back. So
You're just at risk of getting in better shape.
totally.
I did want to mention this before we wrap up, because a lot of people do ask the question about it being a pyramid, and we kind of talked about that. But the other night we had a team call, and Joy's husband was our